Welcome to an extensive research project on the life after life. Seen by the title of this project being Is There Life After Life, clearly shows that the purpose of this research being done was to gain knowledge on what happens after our bodies pass. Research was done in this project primarily by conducting a survey, researching articles online, and reading a book by Raymond A. Moody Jr., basically going through interviews on near-death experiences. Starting with the survey, I put out a survey with on my classes and my social media, asking students and teenagers to answer if they believe that there is a life after life. I got back a total of 30 responses from my survey, and 66% or 20 people said that they believe that there is life after life. 16% of people said that they do not believe that there is life after life, or 5 people. And then another 16%, 5 people, said that it's possible for it to be life after life, but they're not completely sure. Clearly, this research shows that a minority of people do not think that there is a life after life, or it's possible that it's not. You might be asking, what's the main reason for this? Of the people that said yes, a majority of them said that it is because of religion, and a small portion had something to do with the media and internet, and some just believe that it just was maybe something in their house or something like that. This shows that religion is something that alters people's points of views when it comes to questions like this. When it comes to the personal research for my project, I read a nonfiction book, as I showed you before, by Raymond A. Moody Jr., which was an interesting read with people's personal experiences on their near-death experiences and what happens to them after they died. I'll get more into my secondary research after. But this book, all in all, solved the question of what happens after you die. I headed over to some interviews with Bill Nye, Michio Kaku, and Sam Harris to get some information from professionals. This then led to my conclusion of there being life after we die, because Einstein believed that as people have been dead for a while, for a long time, but we are as alive as we have ever been, but just not completely born yet. Religion, I learned that religion also does contribute to the fact that your consciousness and multiple other ideas when you do die. Scientists do not know for sure, obviously, if there is a life after we die, but my secondary research concludes that there is indeed life after life, because I went through 7 different websites / one book. But so the first video that I really watched was Is There Life After Death with Sam Harris, Bill Nye, Michio Kaku, and more by Big Think. It's on YouTube. The summary of this book would basically be that it's informational from our project and topic because there is professional scientists such as, one of the most famous that we know from our childhood named Bill Nye. He's done topics like this for his entire life, and a majority of them go with the evidence on the fact that there is life after we die, in fact. The next website that I went to was by Sean Martin. And he says that there's no life after death. He insists that after life is impossible. Well, you must be asking, why did I use this article if it goes against my argument? I use this as a counter argument to the argument that I had made of there being life after life. This document helped my research because it showed me the other point of view of people who are on the other side of this topic, because it's a pretty religious and controversial topic, in my opinion. After that, I headed over to Others magazine, and it's titled 10 Reasons to Believe in Life After Death. This website basically gave me most of my research, as it gave me it listed out basically 10 reasons as to why there is life after we die. This was all backed up by the evidence from professional scientists and people who have researched this their entire life. After that, I went to Ralph Lewis. He basically showed what happens to our body after we die, and that evidence led to what happens to our souls after we die. It not only strengthens my point, but also uses another MD's or PhD's research, but it also talks about our body when we die and lets us know that there is indeed life after life, because our bodies react in a certain way. Lisa Miller then talks about what happens beyond the death. The science of afterlife. I spent a lot of time on this website because it has the most extensive research, with multiple scientists speaking And it's all broken down on this website, revealing and turning out to be a very great article for my research. After this, the book that I read, Life After Life, spent a lot of time on this book because I actually read it 2 times because there was a lot of interviews with other people that had experienced what happens after you die, which basically just lets me know that there is indeed something that happens to you after you die. Lastly, I went to Is There Life After Death by the New York Academy of Sciences. This one combined one article on research done by the New York Academy of Sciences and another PhD's articles and put it in depth for one research done on this topic. This was also very helpful because it was very well written for my research. All in all, my conclusion for this entire project is that I believe that there is life after life. Through all the research and everything, that is my firm position. Thank you for attending my research project.